What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. In today's video, I want to talk about some of the depth signings that were made by the New York Jets today on both the offensive and defensive line. So after no moves on day 2 of NFL free agency, the Jets in day 3 decided to attack the offensive and defensive line with depth. They didn't spend a ton of money. They didn't give out long-term deals. They didn't pick towards the top of the market. They were adding depth today, so we're going to talk about that. The first guy that they signed was Rashad Weaver to a 1-year contract. Now, the best thing that he did was in 2022, he had a 5.5 sack season. He was a 4th-round pick by the Tennessee Titans in 2021, and then kind of just had a falling out. Wasn't really all that productive at all in 2023. He ended up going to Houston last year and essentially was a practice squad level guy. He had 14 snaps in total in Houston last year. But of his best season, or in his best season, which was 2022, 640 snaps played, 34 pressures, and it was 34 pressures on 414 pass rush snaps. So rotational guy in 2022, that's a few years ago now. He does have some upside, and he's on the young side. That's what the Jets are targeting in free agents. They're not really seeming to target free agents who are a little bit on the older side. Instead, they are going cheap, young, upside. They haven't really proven it yet, so we have no idea what these guys are going to be with the Jets. But I would assume best case scenario, rotational guy. Worst case scenario, camp body that maybe turns into a practice squad depth player. Now to the offensive side of the ball. On the offensive line, the Jets add Chuck Okorafor. He started for 3 years with the Pittsburgh Steelers from 2020 to 2022 at right tackle. He ends up getting replaced in 2023, and we'll talk about his 1-year stint in New England, which was very, very bizarre. But looking at how he did as a starter in 2020, 21, and 22, he was okay. Not good, not bad, okay. Just a guy, if you will. His best year definitely was in 2021, where he had 2 sacks allowed and 23 pressures. My assumption with him is that he's going to come in and compete for a right tackle spot, but I don't think this signing is like he's 100% definitely the right tackle going into the season. I don't see it that way at all. This is likely a depth signing, likely something that, maybe he's the swing tackle. I would imagine he jumps over guys like Max Mitchell and Carter Warren on the roster, and I would totally assume that they will look to add someone in the NFL draft at this position. Now, is it going to be Armand Membu at pick 7? It could be. We don't know. We'll have to wait another month to find that out, but I did mention that his 2024 was weird, and I mean, I don't know how else to just explain it other than he only played 12 snaps, 1 game, and he was benched in that 1 game. He was signed by the New England Patriots to be their starting left tackle. He doesn't make it through a full game. They pull him, and then he decides to walk away from the New England Patriots. They put him on an NFI list. I'm not going to lie to you, that's weird. It's strange that Aaron Glenn would then pivot and go that route, Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji. They must see something in him that they like. Weird how things were handled in New England a year ago. I don't know what went on there, but you can't talk about the guy without mentioning that he just seemed to up and quit his team a year ago. So what that means, I don't quite know, but just sharing everything we know about the guy right now. Does anyone else feel like March is just complete madness, or is that just me? There's just so much noise about everything right now, whether it's the birds chirping away as the spring wakes up, or the endless bombardment of just the absolute trash that's coming from my television. Everything from my work to my workouts is getting interrupted. That is, until I found the everyday earbuds by Raycon. With active noise cancellation capable of drowning out the most maddening of sounds, Raycon's everyday earbuds are your quieting sidekick for the gym, work, or phone calls, offering you premium audio wherever it is that you go. Their latest model is better than ever with a 32-hour battery life and multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at once. I have a pair of the black headphones right here. I absolutely love them. I think it looks sleek in the black, but they offer a variety of different colors as well. They fit right in your ears, very comfortable. They don't fall out when you're running on the treadmill at the gym or anything like that. So if you are interested, go to buyraycon.com/Matt O'Leary to get 20% off the best-selling everyday earbuds, brought to you by Raycon. The last signing was Josh Myers, a center to a one-year, $3.5 million deal. Now, a couple things of note. Number one, he was Justin Fields' center at Ohio State. Interesting connection there. He was the Green Bay Packers starting center the last 3 seasons. He let up just 1 sack and 31 pressures a year ago. He's a fringe starter. Can you get by with him as a starting center? Yeah, Green Bay did it, and they made the playoffs a few times doing that. But he's not a phenomenal starting offensive tackle in this league. He just center in this league. He flat out isn't. So we can maybe bat around the idea of Josh Myers starting and AVT goes from right guard to right tackle and Joe Tippmann moves over. It's a possibility. I wouldn't say it's the most likely thing. I would think that this is, again, at $3.5 million. It's not really starter money. It's depth money. So that's not what I'm A, advocating for, or B, I think is going to happen. But I just brought it up today because they did add a center. They did add a depth tackle. So do they view AVT as a tackle or a guard? I would much rather just leave him at guard. I'd much rather just leave Joe Tippmann at center. Don't mess with it. Find your right tackle. Go forward. But they gave themselves some options and flexibility. And we just truly don't know how Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji feel about evaluating the offensive side of the ball. It's not the same staff that was here a year ago and decided that AVT is a right guard and that decided that Joe Tippmann's a center. They both have played right guard, and Tippmann's played at 2 positions, center and guard, and AVT has played 4 positions, left tackle, left guard, and right tackle. He's productive at tackle, did get hurt a couple times playing tackle. Is that coincidence? Is it the reason why he got hurt? We have no idea. Again, kind of just talking through scenarios here, but something to think about. Still more work to be done. They desperately need a pass catcher in here. Maybe bring back Tyler Conklin. Maybe sign some wide receiver. Who that receiver is, I'm not quite sure, other than Tim Patrick. There is still more to be done, but today was a day of depth. There we go. So let me know your thoughts about this down below in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.